And we've been cutting these things all into big pieces, little pieces, all sizes, and everything lives. It's great. It's a lot like what you guys do. I mean, there's probably the smallest size. You could get down to the polyp, and then it would probably grow, but a parrotfish could come along and munch it, and it'll be gone. So I'm almost done. So most everything we do is with volunteers. We bring groups down. We just had a college group last week. We had high school groups last week too. And we train them how to do everything. We get them out there and they do the work. I mean, they haul these blocks around and stuff like that. They mount the corals onto little frag plugs and measure them, pound in the rebar, scrub them. They do all that kind of work. And they have a great time. We have a good time doing it. So I wanted to get back to this, this is like the final challenge. Is that, what are we going to be known for? Are we going to be known for being part of the problem or part of the solution? And, this is a, whether you guys get involved or not, I'd say you guys, this room, or the aquarium community, if the aquarium community in general doesn't want to get involved with this, fine. It's still going to be part of your story, but somebody else is going to take the bragging rights. It might be some corporation that says, oh, well, we're going to look what we helped Coral Restoration Foundation do. But I'm trying to get the aquarium community to buy into this as part of our legacy. This is something we've done. We've developed this thing. We're coming down as groups, doing the work. We're taking ownership of it. Along that line, and this year we got the biggest restoration project permit ever. We're getting one even bigger than that, but this is Molasses Reef. I showed you that earlier where that boat had run aground right in here. It's divided into mooring balls. Every one of these little things, you can't see it because it's too small, but every one of them is a place where there's a mooring ball that boats tie to. And we've divided that into zones around every mooring ball. You can't see it very well. Anyway, everybody knows Boyd Enterprises. They make, what do they make? Supplements. Anyway, Boyd has adopted that site, and they're going to be funding the work and doing the work in the next 2 weeks. There's several different schools here. There's Georgia Aquarium, Florida Aquarium is up here. These are all just some of the groups that have already sponsored some of these sites or gone out and helped plant them. So we're trying to put names on the rest of these, sponsors and people doing it. If Ed comes down, Ed, you can't dive. But Bob's going to come down. Where's Bob? Bob left. Your ex-president Bob is going to come down and help plant one of these sites, I think. So anyway, we're trying to get sponsorship for all these different sites.
Question for you. How much to sponsor a site?
Well, for a site, we've determined that it costs us $5,000 a year for the first year to do the site. Now, not everybody wants to spend $5,000, but any partial things are fine too, but that's what it costs us to do it. That's not including the volunteers to do it. That's just staff time to get out and make it happen. So we're looking for that. If we don't get it, some of them might not get done. Bob, there you are. We're going to put. How can we put Delaware Valley Reef Club on one of these? So you're going to help us plant this when you come down in June.
I am. Anybody want to come down with me? Let me know.
Bob's paying for it. It's a long walk.
So we're looking for people. We're looking for sponsors or clubs or organizations to sponsor the work, but we're also looking for people to do it. And so a lot of times, like this CSHS, that's Coral Shores High School. The Coral Shores High School is not paying to do it. They're doing the work, but they're finding local sponsors to help pay our expenses to do the work. So it's, one guy doesn't have to come up with $5 grand to make it happen. You just have to, find some people and make it happen. Well, that's just for the first year. The second year, the prices go through the floor because the second year, each of these groups are not required, but encouraged and trained to take care of it on their own. So it doesn't take my time anymore. It just takes my time to get it going and to get them trained. And then after that, they come back year after year and they take care of it and it's theirs. It's their story. Anyway, about to run out of talking time. So this summer, we're going to do the first ever elkhorn coral restoration. Nobody's ever done what we're going to do. We've never done it, so it'll be an interesting thing. We're also going to start replanting, putting 300 corals on 20 different reefs. That's 6,000 corals over the next year on some of these other reefs. That's big. We're going to start another nursery off Key Largo. We're working with the Cousteau family to develop another nursery. They're going to be helping us do fundraising. It's kind of cool. I mean, I grew up watching Jacques Cousteau on television. I thought that's as good as it gets. I always thought it'd be cool to shake his hand. He's dead now. But his son and his grandson are working with me on this, so I'm totally jazzed, you know. It's just as good as it gets, you know. Well, not quite as good. It gets better, but... so we're also going to work with Millipora, some fire coral, working with other things, sea fans, other corals, and we're trying to, you know, become a leader in this business. We are one of the leaders, because there's not anybody else quite like us doing what we're doing with the vision that we have. So we're really wanting to move forward. We have a project, I think I mentioned Colombia, hopefully Bonaire, possibly Roatan, and possibly Bahamas, all starting in the next year. The newsletter, we don't hassle you, we don't hound you, we don't... a lot of times we don't even send newsletters out for a while because we're too busy. We're doing the stuff and we don't have time to write about it. We don't sell your name, we don't put it on lists, you know, but we'd like to have you feel connected. Just some volunteers, young people, old people, everybody has a good time. And that's kind of a lot of what we do, hanging corals on lines. It's really fun. So I'm supposed to show these other slides too. Oh, that's us. These are my partners. These are the people that have helped us do it. The partners, I joke, they come alongside you, they say you're doing a really great job, we love what you're doing. They don't write checks though, but this group does. They do the same thing, they come alongside, they say you're doing a great job, but then they write a check at the end of the day, or at the end of the year, or whenever, and they help fund it and make it happen. And there's a lot of, you know, there's some pretty big names there. Disney, NOAA Fisheries, Nature Conservancy, these are, you know, we've heard about them. Georgia Aquarium just came on board. They're going to be funding a couple of restoration sites. They're going to be involved in it. We're probably going to be developing a very long-term relationship with them, which is real exciting to us. New Jersey Reefers Club, yes! CMAS, that's another, the Chesapeake Marine Aquarium Society. They got on board. Orca, the Orlando Reef Club. Sea Life, of course, my company. Made it happen. We're also working as on one of these stimulus grants, whatever you want to call it. What do they call that? American Recovery and Reinvestment Act. So we partnered with the Nature Conservancy to get this huge program, get all these other people involved in it. And there's just, you know, the logos, and this is the fine print that you're supposed to read, but I'll leave it up there if you want to read it. But the goal of this grant was to create jobs, but it was also to restore habitat. So I looked at just about any of the money spent on habitat restoration through NOAA as money well spent. Some of the other money that was wasted is just wasted money. But this, in my mind, was money well spent. And I'm always conscious of the fact that somebody's going to be looking at this project in a year from now, or 2 years from now, or 5 years from now, and trying to determine, was that money well spent? And so, at least for my part of it, I want them to say, wow, that was one of the best expenditures of federal money we've ever done. So, so they created jobs, we're restoring habitat, and there's all this stuff to it. I'll leave with that picture. So, I don't have anything else to say. I'm over time, I'm out of voice. Any other questions?
How come you're not selling any of this stuff? I mean, I guess you have the non-profit arm, you have a for-profit arm like Sea Life.
Sea Life is our you know, that's, I can't sell staghorn coral or elkhorn. It's protected under the Endangered Species Act.
Right, but you said earlier that you were planning on selling it when it landed on the...
Right, it wasn't protected at that point.
Oh, now
In 2008, it was officially added to the list of endangered species. And in doing that, it made it illegal to sell it. It made it illegal to even possess it. If you had Florida staghorn coral in your aquarium, you were violating the law. It'd be like owning a turtle shell, you know, a sea turtle. You're not allowed to even own them or whatever. So, so I can't sell it. And I mean, I had no intention of it, but yeah, I think if they had not done that, I might have thought about that as a way to make money. So that's why I say it's really hard being a nonprofit, because I can't really make something to sell, especially our main product. I have to give it away. I have to, if a public aquarium wants it, I have to give it to them. If a zoo wants it, I have to give it to them. So how do you make money at this? You know, you have to, I don't know, you have to fleece people, I guess. And I don't like doing that. Trust me, I don't. I would rather, you know, I'd rather do the sea life end of it as far as making money. It's a lot easier. You provide a good product at a good price and people pay it and everybody's happy.
Because you see Bali and the Solomon Islands and stuff, just putting out like all this agricultural coral. I mean, you got how many years it looks like. You would think you'd be able to convince even Florida or the government.
Yeah, and you know what really stinks for us too is that on our Live Rock site, like I said, we got 100,000 little corals on there, and I've been knocking them off and putting them on frag plugs to grow out and donate for restoration, but I can't do that and sell them. Now, if I sold you 1,000 pounds of rock and you went through and chipped all the corals off and sold them, you can do it, but I can't. I can't as Sea Life and I can't as Coral Restoration Foundation. So it's, I mean, it's hard. But anyway, I'm having a good time and I don't worry about the money. I should worry about it more, but I'm having the best time of my life and I'm so excited about, you know, what we can do, what's going on. You know, this is, you know, to me, as good as it gets. You know, I found a purpose in life. You know, I found that making a difference is a whole lot more fun than making money. Much as I like making money, this is much better. So anyway, I appreciate everybody that took the time from there to sit here and listen to me go on and on and on. So thank you. That's all I have.